Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Jessica Jones podcast, where I am your LA navigator. I navigate all the artists and people who come here from all walks of life, whatever area you're from. And I kind of give you stories or things that I've experienced or people that I bring on, what they've went through and how we can continue to be motivated and move forward. Today, I have a dear friend from my area back home in Virginia. He's from Virginia Beach, Virginia. And his name is Ashlee Brian, and he's doing very well out here as an actor. So let's bring on Ashlee. Ow.
I'd like to thank the band. That number was great.
First and foremost, thank you, brother, for coming on the show. And I want to make sure that every time people come on set, that I take care of him. He asked me if I had a craft service table. I said, brother, this is my house. So you gonna get what I have, So I gave him a mug and yeah. So tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got started, what brought you to LA and just your motivations and everything,
Well, I originally came to LA to visit.
Wow.
Yeah, and I ended up staying. 2-week trip turned to now 11 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you first moved here?
I was very young. Yeah.
That's the one thing.
I was very young.
That's the one thing that LA people do not say at all. Motherfucker, I will not tell you my goddamn age. Okay? You can try to look for it. You can look through every type of important document there is, but brother, you're not gonna know my real age. So I'm just letting you know. What was it like when you first got here? Were you sure you wanted to be an actor when you first got here?
Not at all. Like I said, I was very young, but my older brother is a producer. So he was doing a movie, and I was on set for the first few weeks. And yeah, I was like, I think I want to do this. And I started off as a writer. Like I did that for the first few years and wanted to do that. I thought I was too shy to act. And we were developing some stuff for Sci-Fi Channel, and my brother and I, we had pitched them several things, and they were interested in some. But long story short, one of them, my brother went off, and we ended up not doing it with Sci-Fi. He took it over to a different production company. Some people were interested, and I ended up playing a lead. So a part of me getting the role was like before the auditions happened, because I still had to audition for the role like everyone else. He was like, yo, you got to really look the part because, they have people that they're considering that you have to actually beat out in the room.
Gotcha.
So first thing for me was training, and I trained for 30 days, 7 days a week, and I put on 20 pounds.
Of muscle.
Yeah, to shoot the movie because the character was like he was supposed to be a football player. So yeah, that kind of just like the work ethic that it took for me, like every morning, 7 a.m., I would go to Runyon Canyon, run a mile or two, hit the gym, change my eating regimen, and then came the stuff that you're talking about, which is like meeting with acting coaches. There was like some emotional stuff in that movie that I had to work with a coach on. It's a hustle at every single step. Like even when you're like talking about producing a film, writing a film, you have to get someone to finance that film. You have to have a producer that has a track record of returns, or you have to have a bankable director. So if you're a first-time director, you have to have a producer vouching for you, saying, hey, you know what, my name is on this project.
Right.
So just getting those pieces can take years. And in the case of this movie, my brother just was like, yo, fuck it, regardless, I'm getting this done. It's crazy hard as an actor. Just getting indoors alone, getting, first the agent to believe in you. Then it's like you got to break through the casting director door. Then it's like, okay, you got to convince the producers and the director, especially when you're new and they don't have anything to assess other than that audition. So it's like,
right.
Yeah, it's a grind on every level. I did a lead in a movie. Cool, I could actually do it. But some stuff happened with the movie on a legal side, which I won't really get too much into. And I got dropped from my agency. I got dropped, and I was trying to get signed. I met with tons of managers around the town, tons of agents. No, everybody was like, "Oh, what have you done?" "Oh, I did the lead in this movie. When does it come out?" So I had to wait. So for an entire year after I did that, I was trying to gain representation. I ended up getting a rep through my neighbor. Who was like, "Yo, you used to do so many commercials and stuff back in the day. Like, how's it going?" I was like, "Actually, it's not going." It was like, "Yo, didn't you do that movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, it didn't come out yet. I've been trying." She was like, "I'll introduce you to my agent," and that's actually how I have the agent that I have right now.
There are odd jobs that you will do in LA to stay afloat because you're not trying to work another 9 to 5 job.
Yeah. We met catering.
Yes.
Catering. And that is the crazy thing about LA, even being an artist, is because as an artist, if you don't come from a background where your parents are affluent or you got just like bread sitting around, you have to make supplemental income while you're pursuing your vocation. So it's like,
you say what? Supplemental.
You got to make that money to supplement the dream. So you got to do odd jobs, like she said, and catering is one of them.
Boy.
And it's weird because it's like, for me, I just stopped doing catering, but I've done it for years. And the hardest thing for me was like, interesting, you said the Netflix project. So I get back from shooting that movie. I was gone for like 5 weeks. I'm like, all right, I booked a supporting lead in a Netflix movie.
What's the name?
Amateur.
Okay, yes.
Shout out to Ryan Koo, the director. Got to link up soon. But anyway, I get back from shooting the movie, and you make some decent money shooting films, I will say. But for me, the time in getting that movie, I was spending money.
Right.
Spending. So, and even training, like, I'm like, all right, cool. I played a basketball player, so I'm the kind of actor that I wasn't a basketball player.
Right.
I lied. I told him, I'm like, yeah. I played in high school. I did everything. I was like, all state. You say what you got to do. And then once the job was mine, I was like, all right, it's up to me. So I started working with a trainer.
Right.
Somebody that did play D1, and I worked with him on building my shot from ground up, all of that. But anyway, after I came back, I went back to broke. And it's like, oh shit, you go, you shoot this film, you come back, and I was looking at it, I was like, I have 90 days to book another job, or I'm at zero.
Yep.
So I always had a friend with John that was like, yo, if you ever need money, just let me know. And it was a hard call to make, but I was like, yo, bro, it's that time. I need to start working.
Thank God for a good friend.
So I started catering to kind of like supplement that, doing that, like,
And that's how we met.
Yeah.
Like, and this is what I want to say, about the catering world. Because honestly, are you just going to check your phone?
No.
You just use up all your anytime.
It's still Friday.
You want to use up all your anytime. Then the play got there. And now
it could have been my agent.
He got so Hollywood now. Virginia Beach is Hollywood. You see how Hollywood, he got his sunglasses on during daylight. Like,
that's when you wear it during daylight. The sun is bursting through the windows.
Ain't no windows open right now. But it's okay though. He too cool. He too cool for me now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta call him, special ways, because he don't just pick up regularly. I gotta send my agent to call his agent. Being in a restaurant is trash. Like,
yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I've been there.
Rolling up silverware and asking people their orders and keeping up with shit. And sometimes you can't have a piece of paper to write the stuff down. You got to memorize it, and hopefully you can remember 50 different things that 2 people ordered. And like, catering is so easy. Like, you literally walk on the job. You trade pass, you bust, meaning you just picking up people's empty glasses, their little trash, you throw it away. That's it. Like, it's not a lot. I mean, unless if you're doing like a seated dinner or something like that. But for the most part, it's a lot of tray pass and, hey, would you like to try this new quail egg on top of a waffle fry that was sent here from Spain, especially made for you? Like, we have all types of shit. It's basically like you're an actor at all times. They give you a sheet of paper like the night before with all the ingredients of what everything's made out of. You basically memorize it for that night.
I don't ever memorize
He
anything.
didn't memorize shit. I just felt like a lot of times Ashlee would be out there with his little tray, like, and this is,
You get what you get.
right. Try it. Thank you. But yeah, so we met there. It was a lot of fun. Like, honestly, I am making the transition. Just the other day, my main catering company said, you know what? You're not a team player. And
Which company was that?
You know, I'm not gonna say. You know, I told you it was gonna say anonymous. You know, look at the names. Ain't nobody gonna tell your ass now. You know, I'm not about to tell you.
Yo, but what
company?
I want, you know, I know you asking the questions here, but like, what do you think about like the loophole that catering?
I'm showing y'all a little show now. I'm sorry, I'm sweating under here. Sorry, I gotta
Sweating. She's sweating. She getting hot.
break the whole set.
Oh.
I think I am sweating. So Lord Jesus. Okay.
I think that you know, as even though I've kind of retired my apron.
Hold on, can you get my because I didn't put no lotion on my feet.
Oh wow.
So can you?
Got the ashy ankles on the camera.
Yeah, my feet is ashy
right
now.
wow.
You know, you hop out the shower. You know, I was rushing. I didn't put my coconut oil. I didn't lather it down my feet this time around. So my bad, man. I'm just
skip the feet.
I'm just trying to live.
And the
here.
ankles.
You know, I was trying to cross my legs like him, and I forgot I ain't putting no lotion on. So, oh shit, I'm doing it again. All right.
Just keep them things out the frame.
All right.
It'll be good. Like what made me put it down was, so a friend of mine booked a series regular on a show. I get hit up for an event to work the green room that he was in. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So I kind of got, it was just like, and it wasn't like I'm above serving. It was just like, I'm not going to serve. You know, it's just weird. And I had to get a pass to go into Fox. And I was just at Fox.
Yep.
For recurring, you know, so it's like this thing of like, you know what, let me not do that, especially because I just met the producers of that show for on the audition side, and then I'm gonna be serving. They're like, oh, Ash, nah. So that happened, and then I ran into another producer of this project that I did at a catering event.
Yep. You'll meet their asses at these catering events.
For real,
tell them these parties be lit.
Let me tell you how crazy this was. So this was an honorary event for you know, independent filmmakers and so forth. They honored like John M. Chu, a bunch of like upcoming filmmakers that are doing it big right now. But anyway, the producer of the first film that I did that I brought up, The Demented, was there. She saw me and she was like kind of frozen, looked at me. She was like, and I was like, hey. And we started talking. She was just blown away. She was like, what are you doing here? I was like,
working.
I'm working.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make money.
Right.
Or whatever. But long story short,
another role? Shit.
Long story short, I ran into, I'm not even, 4 people that I worked with. The first producer that ever hired me on the job, and then the last job that I did for this HBO thing, I ran into them.
Yep.
And I mean, it was all love. They hugged me or whatever. But I just felt out of place.
Yep.
I felt like, man. And then the last event that I saw you at, you know, I started this nonprofit with my boy John years ago, and the lady on the board who introduced us to like Sharon Stone and all of these different funders and all of these amazing people, I saw her there. You know, and it was this awkward moment of like, she saw me, I saw her, but she's talking business with, I don't know if it was Zoe Saldana or whoever she was talking to.
Lord.
And it's just like, oh, you know, and I saw that moment. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just break left, you know. But that was the night. I was already done, but it was like, all right, you know, it's just a confirmation. So it does come a time where like you're at these events, you're working dinners for like, you know,
shit. Chadwick Boseman shows up, Viola Davis,
exactly.
And like, I mean, major like producers, directors.
I mean, I worked at Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck's house with you.
Yes,
you know, so it's like all of this stuff. It's an amazing loophole to be able to kind of see the industry in these private parties and dinners. But it does come a time when you're coming up, you're meeting these people on the other side. You look a certain way when you know you're the guy with the hors d'oeuvres and you're about to do deals. It's like maybe we made the right choice.
So I'm working. I'm a little upset because I'm like, man, I should be here. This should be me. You know, I'm looking all glorious. Because, you know, when I work those events, I always put my eyelashes on. I always make sure that I'm ready, you know, so I don't have to get ready.
True.
So I'm just cleaning up behind everybody, you know, picking up. And they put me on busing. And I was just like, you know, I don't typically do busing because I'm cute. But they were like... But there was like, right. You know, moving on. Oh, so I'm cleaning up, busting, you know, just upset, like all up in a huff. And I had just got my hair done, you know. So I'm just, you know, in a huff. And this man behind me starts talking to me, and he's like, keep doing what you're doing. And I'm like, motherfucker, keep busting? You want me to keep cleaning up other people's trash? So I turned around, and this is older white male, very well dressed. And I didn't know who he was. And he was like, keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, okay. And he was like, you know, I used to be in your position before. I used to be a server for many years. And he said, and now I'm the CEO of DreamWorks. And he was like, you have a light, you have an aura about you that you need to continue to move forward and always be genuine. He was like, it doesn't matter what job or whatever you have going on, because the right person will always see you. And he said, most importantly, A-list people, the people who are at the top, the creme de la creme, they know the real genuine folks out the group. It doesn't matter if, like everyone uses, it doesn't matter if you're the janitor, if you're the server, if you're the captain, or you're standing behind a buffet, or you're one of their colleagues. They always know when there is a diamond in the rough in the group. It's something about that money. I don't know if they're washing their faces with alkaline water, you know, doing something special. But he was like, for him and all of his friends who are millionaires and billionaires, they have an impeccable minds where they can pick up on these things. Their intuition is like so heightened. So he was like, he was like watching you clean up. He was like, I knew you was mad. You know, you cleaning shit up all crazy or whatever. But he said, but I see that vibe in you. I see that aura in you. And I know you're going to do great things. And I just want to let you know, in the midst of you busting up this table and feeling like you don't deserve this and you deserve better, that better is going to come. Just believe that, but always keep that genuine spark about you and stay having that peace. Because a lot of times coming into LA, you'll lose that inner peace. If you have a dream, like, make sure first and foremost that always stays at the top of your dome, because that's a reason why he left catering, because he realized that, you know, it served his purpose. I want you to tell how, like, the energy is, like, how energy. Yeah. We've been talking about LA vibes and energy.
Energy is probably the most important thing.
It's most
when
important.
It comes to booking jobs. When it comes to, and that goes to something that you said earlier, which I think is the most important thing as an actor, is like understanding who you are and being yourself.
Hello.
That is probably the largest element of like operating in that confidence and just being comfortable with like, yo, this is me. This is my take.
Yep.
But with that being said, your essence and your energy is everything when you go into that room.
A lot of people in LA have a hard time dating out here. And the dating scene can be real rough. You know, there's a lot of beautiful people in Los Angeles. I mean, it's very beautiful people because, I mean, it's the industry. At Hollywood, when you look on TV, everybody's got a symmetrical ass face. You know, everybody's teeth, right? You know what I'm saying? Niggas' teeth be hella white, you know, hair freshly cut, you know, brand new curl pattern. You know what I'm saying? So it's all types of shit that goes down. But I just want you to tell me, like, being a brother out here, because I feel like it's easier for brothers to date out here. I'm sorry, because everybody looking for y'all. Everybody checking for y'all. You got the Kardashians checking for your ass. You got Karrueche checking for your ass. Y'all got Asian girls. Y'all got Middle Eastern girls. Y'all got Brazilian bitches. Everybody checking for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And me being a black woman, I mean, people still check for me. Don't, you know, get it twisted.
True.
But that's an ongoing thing. Like, black men, you know, right now it's hot. And, you know, I just want you to give some tips, you know, ups and downs that you've been through, because, you know, we got a stereotype.
The situation with dating, I feel for guys, is like, you want to take a girl out, you might have to text 5, 6, and be like, oh, you know, just to, and that's what it's been for me.
Listen, I got something to tell you.
You're just like, yo,
y'all.
let me put like 6 texts out real quick. You know, and see, because
Y'all
at
don't
least
be
three
doing that,
people. At
and y'all
least
don't
three
be doing that
people.
for real.
At least 3 people are going.
Y'all be ghosting out here.
You said ghosting?
Y'all be ghosting.
I think on both sides. Everyone is
Ooh.
everyone is so inconsistent. For me, my life is so unpredictable, right?
Okay,
It's
Aquarius, the air
but it's not
sign.
even Aquarius. It's like my life is very unpredictable. Tomorrow or today, I could get hit up. I might have an engagement at 6, 7. Oh yeah, we're gonna meet up, have drinks at 7, right?
But communication is key.
Communication is key, but that's a part of the culture of LA where it's like, oh, I gotta move this, I gotta move that. Where that's happening on both sides. So it's like, I don't know. It's weird.
Come on, because I want you to get into.
Weird.
Put that phone on. Check your phone real quick. Is that your agent?
Yeah.
I feel like he was like, I don't know what ghosting is. I don't see how,
don't know what
because
ghosting
ghosting is when you text somebody and y'all are good for like a couple of days, and then that person just goes. Like, you don't hear from them. You don't go out. You don't go on a date. Like, they're all like, oh, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna do that, and everything's real light at the beginning, and then before you know it, they're just poof out of nowhere. And I find that a lot of
So that's happening to you?
It has happened to.
So
it does not happen to
so
me.
ghosting has a place in you.
It does not happen to me a lot, but it has happened.
Okay, and you feel some type of way about
definitely
that,
feel
and that's
some type of
understandable.
way, and you being.
I wouldn't do that to you.
See,
I wouldn't go
you.
there. Yeah. Why would I
But
do that?
I just want
I like
people,
to be respectable.
right?
If I say something, I like to commit to it. But that's just me. I think everybody has their own.
Everybody has their own way of doing things, but like my main thing is keep it real. If you got some shit going on, I mean, you may be dating multiple females all at one time, and that's fine because I'm dating multiple people too.
True.
But when you hold on, my lips.
Lord.
Am I dry?
No, they're very moist. Oh wow.
You know how they have to make sure the lips are glossed. So so basically, I feel like, the ghosting situation happens with dudes. They be like, oh, they get your number at a party or at an event or whatever. You be out in the street, Ralph's or Trader Joe's. And, you basically talk about nice little dry shit. And they're like, oh, I want to take you out and do some things. And I'm like, okay, sure. And then like a day passed, 2 days passed, and then before you know it, you ain't heard shit. And that's ghosting. Wow. Like I didn't even have a chance to show you if I was crazy. I didn't even have a chance. I didn't even show you, because guys be like, I ghosted on that bitch because she was crazy as hell. I didn't even get a chance, and I'm not even that crazy, but I didn't even get that part. Like, we were just like, hey, you want to go out? Yeah, fine, let's go out. Ghost. What? What's that all about? Like, why y'all be ghosting?
Y'all, I wouldn't be able to speak on behalf of everyone, but I can speak for myself. I don't ghost, but
well, why do you got some homies who ghost?
Definitely. I mean, you meet people sometimes. It's like, yo, let's definitely do that, and then life happens. Next thing you know, you're going here, you fly out, you're in another place, you come back.
What if your ass is on Instagram at lunch or dinner with another group of friends?
Then that's just options. That's just like, yo, he was putting a light filler out there. Like, you know what? Let me see, what might happen. And there was a lot of other possibilities that might have had a priority over that one. That's just
priority over me.
Keeping it a G.
Okay.
Nothing against you or your essence. It might even be like, yo, I might have to wife this. She's giving off that vibe. I just want to dip in something real quick, or I just wanted a fun weekend. I just wanted somebody. There's so many different variables that's specific to each person.
Said, so, I just wanted to dip into something. I love that.
Keep it all the way.
Dip in it. I said I dip in it. Dip.
But yeah, I think
dipping.
I think it's just
Ooh, turning water into wine.
Because at the end of the day, like, it's you vibe with the people you vibe with. Sometimes it's like it's cordial. You're cordial in the moment. Where we're from, it's a little more simple. It's like people are like, yo, I work at the clerk's office. That's what I do.
That's it.
Yeah, and they're not trying to like. But here, the same person at the clerk's office, they're like, "Yo, I'm an actor. I got a script on the side. I have this. I'm trying to direct. I grew up a dancer and I sing. So it's like all of these different. Exactly.
At the end of the day, we making it out here, and we booking, and we booked and blessed.
True.
And regardless of any time when you feel like you're not doing enough. Every time you come over here and you tell me things, I'm always like, brother, you're doing a whole lot. Even if you don't feel like you're doing I don't know.
Yeah,
I think you're
true.
doing a great job.
Thank
and
you.
You're doing phenomenal. And I look forward to seeing many of your movies. I already saw Amateur on Netflix and it was so good. Like, I mean, it was a little scary because, I mean, you got to watch it, but, you know, he doesn't play as sweet as he is right now. You know, it's a little different in the movie, but go check out Amateur and give us a couple other movie that you're in now before we close out. I want to, you know, let everybody out there watching where they can go and support you.
Go see Medal of Honor
Thank
because
you.
you know, it's about all of the Medal of Honor recipients.
Yes.
So it's an anthology piece. Each episode chronicles a real mission. I met a guy named Ty Carter who received the Medal of Honor, and I played one of his friends that died in combat. So it was crazy to like meet him and you know, really just dive into playing somebody that was here. He was like breaking down crying on set as he's like reliving the scene. So it was like I felt honored to do that. So that's the last thing that I did. It just came out today.
But he has many more things coming out.
Yeah, a few other things in the works. A few other things coming out. Yeah.
But look,
thanks for having me.
Yes, man. Look for Ashlee Brian. Like, this is the next Academy Award winner right now. So check him out, and writer. Because that's what he does that as well too. But right now, acting is his number one thing. But like I said before, thank you for coming and taking time out of your busy schedule to come and sit on my couch and joining me on my podcast. So once again, thank you guys for showing up. Like, please comment, subscribe, like. If there's anything that you want to add, or if there's anything sweet or nice or whatever you have to say, please leave a comment below. And once again, thank you, Ashlee Brian, for coming. And this is the Jessica Jones Podcast. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.